Hi, welcome to my channel Rubia Stedman. Today I'll be teaching you how to knit this beautiful stitch, the fishtail stitch. It's very easy to do, it's the repetition of a row. I'm gonna use this stitch for a poncho with a combination of the other stitch that I showed you before. So I wanted you to get familiar with the two stitches. That way you can make the poncho. They're really easy to do. So I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you will find the English version. And for this stitch, I'm gonna use this yarn from Loops and Thread Impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic. Usually this ball of yarn have 127.5 to 128 grams. I already used this one before. And the color of this one is Arbor Rose. I'm gonna use 5.5 millimeter netting needles. This is the stitch that I'm going to show you how to do now. It's multiple as 17. That create one motif in here. This is a fishtail stitch. And I already did a video on how to do this stitch for the border. That's the combining that border stitch and this one. I create a gorgeous poncho. This poncho I did in the round. So and here is where the beginning and end of the round. So it's a gorgeous piece. So I'm getting you ready, giving you the stitches to do this beautiful piece. So now I'm gonna cast on with this one 17 stitches to do just one. So I'm gonna cast on 17. Those 17 is what you repeat 17 and then again 17, 17, 17. So with one motif is enough because that's that repetition that you're gonna do over and over. I'm gonna leave a tail long enough to cast on my 17 stitches. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that, you're going to continue until you have the amount of stitch that you need for your project if you're doing a project with a stitch. Now we're gonna start directly with row 1 because that's what I did for my poncho. I start directly with row 1 because I already had the border with the other stitch. So I'm gonna start with 4 purl, and the repetition that you do in these 17 stitches is what you do over and over and the rest of the stitches that you will have for your project. So you start with 4 purl, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to do yarn over, net 3. So since it's a net stitch next, I leave the yarn in the front to do the yarn over and net 3, creating the yarn over on top of my needle. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to knit 3 together. So the next 3, you knit them together. Now you knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now you have to do yarn over, purl 4. So it's a purl stitch that you have to do next. The yarn over is different. This time you have to wrap your yarn on your needle like this in order to create that yarn over. So you bring the yarn to the front You wrap it on your needle and bring it to the front again, and then you purl 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you're doing more stitches, you start again. 4 purl, yarn over, net 3 together, net 3, yarn over, purl 4. We're gonna work in row 2, and I did my poncho, that top with this stitch with circular needle. So with circular needle this will be a net, but I'm working this with a straight needle as a purl. So you'll purl all your stitches for row 2. So I just wanted to mention that way you know that you can do this stitch with a straight needle or circular needle. The only thing that row 2 with a straight needle is purl, with circular needle is net. So you're gonna purl all the stitches until the end of this row. I finished row 2, and all the even number row, it will be purl. So 2, 4, 6, and 8 are purl row. And then the odd number row, there will be the stitch row. So now we're gonna work on 3. And always these 4 at the beginning are 4 purl, and at the end 4 purl. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're gonna net 1, yarn over, net 2. So the next stitch is a net, so you bring the yarn to the front for the yarn over, and net 2. 1 and 2. Now you're gonna net 3 together, net 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, net 1. Again, the next one is a net, so you bring the yarn to the front for the yarn over, net 1, and purl your 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And like that you finish row 3. Now you're gonna work on row 4, that is a purl row. Now we're going to start with row 5. And again, you're going to start with your 4 purls. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to net 2. And really what we're doing is moving the yarn over to the center. So now you will net 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, net 1, so yarn to the front for the yarn over, net 1, net 3 together, and you see those 3 together is always in the center. So you're going to net 3 together, net 1, yarn over, net 2, so yarn to the front knit 2, and now purl 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And row 6 is a purl row. Now we're going to work in row 7, and we have row 7 and 8 to complete one motif. And the first one that you don't see the fishtail is the second one when it starts to form. So you're going to start again with your 4 pearls. Two, 3, and 4. Now you're going to knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over and do 3 together, or knit 3 together. Yarn over, yarn to the front, and knit these 3 together. Yarn over, knit 3, so yarn to the front for the yarn over. Knit 3, 1, 2, and 3, and now you're going to purl your 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we only have to do one more row, and that is a purl row. I finished row 8, and in this first repetition you don't see the fishtail, but you can see the little 2 fins forming in here. So when you do the next 8 row repetition is when you see the first fishtail. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do those 8 row repetition, and you'll see how nice the stitch look. So now we're going to do the repetition of row 1. Repetition of 1. You're going to start, like always, with your 4 purl. 1, 2, 3, and 4 purl. Oops. Yarn over, knit 3. So leaving the yarn from the front, do the knit, and you create the yarn over on top of your needle. So 1, 2, and 3. Knit 3 together, so the next 3. You're going to knit them together. Knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, purl 4. And since it's a purl the next stitch, the yarn over, you're going to wrap around your needle to the front and purl your 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to turn your work around and you're going to work in the repetition of row 2, and that is a purl row. Repetition of 3. You're going to start with your 4 purls. Two, 3, and 4. Net 1. You see, we start moving the yarn over. Yarn over, net 2. 1 and 2. Net 3 together. Net 2. Yarn over, net 1. Yarn to the front. Net 1 and purl 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work around and you're going to do the repetition of row 4, and that's a purl row. Now we're going to work on repetition of 5. You're going to start with your 4 purls. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to net 2. 1 and 2. Yarn over, net 1, so yarn to the front. Net 1. Net 3 together. Net 1. Yarn over, net 2, so yarn to the front for the yarn over. Net 2, 1 and 2, and purl 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work around and do the repetition of row 6. That is a purl row. Now we're going to work in repetition of 7. Purl 4, 3, and 4. Now we're going to net 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, net 3 together. So yarn to the front for the yarn over and knit 3 together. Yarn over, knit 3, so yarn to the front for the yarn over, knit 3, 1, 2, and 3, purl 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to turn your work around and you're going to work in repetition of 8, and that is a purl row. So I finished that row, and that's one full fishtail that now you really can see it. So we already start working in the next one. Is in these stitches here, is this part in here, and that's what's missing from this one. Since we start row 1, we're missing these extra stitches in here. So I'm gonna work off camera. I'm gonna do one more repetition, that way you can see how the 2 full tails look. Well, here is the other repetition done, and it's a beautiful stitch. So you can make a sweater with this stitch, but what you do is you do the border stitch, and then you do a couple of rows in the right side of net. Like I said, the first one net, the second purl, the third one net, the fourth one purl. And then you'll start with the repetition of the stitch. Then in the right side you do the stitch, and in the wrong side you will do the purl stitch. Then you don't gonna end up with this tip in here. You'll have a more even piece. But it is gorgeous. So very soon you're going to be combining the other stitch and this one to create this beautiful poncho that I showed you already in the beginning. And well, I hope you guys like it, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you make something with this beautiful stitch and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman Crochet, or my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day.